All right, welcome back to Seasonal Spiels. So today, I am so excited. Okay, I know we said...
also excited.
Yes, no, for real. So we said last episode, if you were watching. Hopefully you did, because highly support medalists, if nothing else. But this time we're going to be talking about romance anime, because if you couldn't tell, special Valentine's Day coming up. I actually did not realize how Valentine-y this shirt was, but... If y'all know One Piece, y'all know.
Yeah, and mine's Princess Mononoke, but it's pink, so we're going with it.
We're going with it because it's themed for Valentine's, for the Valentine's Day episode about romance anime. So, again, welcome back. I'm Quincy Lell.
I'm Audrey Williams.
So we're going to be talking about specifically Blue Box, which is continuing from last season. Loving it. And I guess talking about Honey Lemon Soda.
A little bit, yeah.
Mainly because, to be fair, main reason we are is because we need something else to talk about, and we did name drop it from last season about an anticipated anime. We've each watched the first episode.
Yeah. And we'll go into more about it later, but it's like, yeah.
Yeah, but we're going to
talk about it.
We'll talk about it. It's just an afterthought compared to Blue Box, in my opinion. So currently, as of today, there's 18 episodes out, so basically a full season and a half. I got caught up to 15, so I'm a little behind, but pretty caught up. And
I'm at episode 10, so I'm a little further behind Quincy, but I'm like at a point where like I can't, or what you're going to talk about won't spoil me on anything.
Yes.
So that's the main goal.
I will reference things about certain characters, and I will name drop a new character. I will do my best to be spoiler free after episode 10, because obviously we love it and we don't want to be spoiled.
Yeah.
I also don't want to spoil the goodness that I love. Okay, I'm just going to name drop these episodes. Episode 13 and 14, love them, peak for me right now. But anyway, yeah, so getting into it, Blue Box, of course. So we did talk about it a little bit last season.
Yeah.
With like 3 episodes in mind, so complete
right.
different perspective this time around. I'll start off just by saying I do like the expansion of Chinatsu. A little bit post episode 10, I will say. You get a little bit more about her. It's still not but it's not enough for me to really love her. And I will admit, I fell in love with this other character further than episode 10. Definitely because of episode 12 and 14. But I'm on Hina's side now. I cannot not support Hina. Like, Hina, Taiki, please. I know he loves Chinatsu. I know that she loves Taiki. I get that's a typical love triangle. But I'm actually, for the first time in my life, for any romance show, on the side of the secondary love interest for once.
I, like, even though I'm not, because the episode that you said, like, fully got you on Hina's side was,
14.
I think, 14. Yeah, and I'm not completely up to that yet, but, like, even... I think it was episode 6 where you get a little, like, for the first time, you get a little bit more into, like, how Hina's feeling, both about Taiki, but also about, like, rhythmic gymnastics and, like, the pressure that she's feeling with it. And, like, I don't know, I think that, like, Chinatsu's fine, but my opinion of her is just, like, her dynamic with Taiki isn't really that, like, interesting.
Same.
I mean, it's, like, fine, but, like, her, Taiki's dynamic with Hina is, like, more... fun to me.
It's more natural.
Yeah.
It also, like, you get so much more depth from Hina, and I guess that could be because we spend more time with her Taiki-wise, because, again, this is technically following Taiki most of the time. Like, you get insight into other characters, but you're mainly following him, and I get that part of that is to make Chinatsu remain mysterious and not know her, but, like, at the same time, okay, while she does show emotion, I'm not saying she's, like, Frieren emotionless, but, like, she feels so, like, kudere, if you know what I mean? Like, just straight-laced, stoic, and I'm, like, not a fan. Not a fan of those people. Not... Especially for a romantic interest. I'm like, okay, they show no emotion.
Yeah.
So they're stalwart in the face of everything. Great.
It's like, even the things that Taiki says he likes about her, it's like, she's nice, she's kind, she, like, has... I think the main thing that I, like, outside of her being nice and, like, cute, I guess, is that, she has perspective on, like, sports stuff, like losing tournaments, for the... Not to spoil too hard, but, she has perspective on, like, the sports world that he doesn't have just by nature of being older than him.
Yeah.
Which is... That's cool, but, like, you don't need to be in a romantic relationship to get that.
I will counter that, though. Even though Hina is more successful, just naturally, because we're literally told she's, like, the best, one of the best in the country.
Yeah.
So we're kind of told point blank she doesn't lose very often, or if she does, she's very high up. However, and again, this is only spoilers up to 10 as best we can.
Yeah.
Anything up to 10 episodes free game. After that, I'm trying to keep closed, so it doesn't spoil anything, because it's too good to spoil. But I will say, for Hina, even though she does succeed more than what we see of Taiki, and his sports journey for how little we see of it so far, I feel like it's more relatable for her because she's also just alone, and he's also alone in his tournament.
Oh, that's true.
And Chinatsu, like, obviously basketball, it's a team sport, but, you know, one person can carry a team. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But she's very much in a team sport, in a team mentality. And I get that she has that, like, oh, I'm the best and the all-star player burden mentally, but she doesn't even, like, share her burdens with anyone. Even at home. Even Taiki's mom, who she seems closer with.
There's no, like... Yeah, with Hina, at least you get, like, she's feeling that pressure of, like, oh, I have to be the best because my dad was the best. But it's, like, with Chinatsu, it's just, like, she's the best and that's kind of it.
She stayed here and didn't go with her parents.
Right. Like, the most conflict you get out of her is at the... And you don't even get a whole lot, really, but it's at the beginning when, like, she has to choose between, like, basketball and, like... What was it again?
Her family?
Yeah, her family.
I don't even know where they went. Was it America or something?
I don't know.
Like,
they went somewhere.
they went out of the country. Don't even... It's so unimportant to me. I don't even know.
Yeah. And, like, you get that, but then it's just kind of over. Like, you don't get really a whole lot of her feelings about that after that episode. Sure. And it's like, okay.
No, for real. I'm like... I don't know. Like, it's a little weird because... On one hand, I'm like, I don't need... Like, you don't need an excuse to like someone.
Yeah.
Literally crushes form for, like, the dumbest reasons. And I'm like, that's believable because that happens. People form a crush for, like, literally could be no reason. It just happens naturally. But my problem with the one on Chinatsu is I'm like, I don't even feel like she's earned it from Taiki. Because I don't... Because she literally is blatantly... It is up to episode 10 where she's like, we should be distant a little, right? Yeah, she does that, like, well, you know what? We're getting a little too close. And I'm like... What? What are you... Like, you're just now saying that. You're the one who fell on him when he was sick. Let me point that out. I don't care if you tripped. You did the cliche act, okay? Let's just get that straight. It's not like he's made a move on you. Like, what is... Oh, no, I'm spending time with you and liking that? What is this reasoning? Like,
it's really...
You get a little bit more after the fact from her perspective, but it's not enough for me to justify that that's what she says to him. Like, that's just... Imagine if he didn't have a crush. That's just mean.
Yeah, like, I think, like, my issue with it, too, is, like... I don't know, I just hate when, like, anime or TV shows do this, and not, like, the whole, like, trope of, like, them living together or whatever, but it's like, oh, I can't hang out with the opposite sex because, like, oh, what if I develop it? And it's, like, in this case, it's kind of fair, but, like, she doesn't know that Taiki has feelings for her. At least, I don't think she knows that.
No, she doesn't.
And it's, like, I don't know, like, even though we as the audience know that Taiki has feelings for her, he doesn't, like, use that in a way...
As an excuse.
Yeah, like, he doesn't... I don't know how to phrase it. He doesn't, like, have that... what am I trying to say?
Like, as an excuse to, like, spend time with her? Or not spend time with her?
Like, he's getting to know her more naturally.
Yeah.
Like, the thing that's fueling his want to, like, know more about her is the crush, but it's not, like... Oh, I have to... I don't... Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. I feel
he
like...
wants to know her as a person because he has a crush on her.
But it's not like it's forcing a relationship.
Right.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, like, I mean, I don't know for certain if she knows or not. It seems like not because, I mean, like, maybe a little, but I feel like, at least from what I know, a little bit after episode 10, it seems more like she's afraid of getting attached, which seems backwards to me. I'm like, you're living with him, and you're gonna live with him for the next, you know, rest of this year and next year while you're still in high school. I'm like, okay. You're not, like, you're just gonna, like, ignore someone you live with? It's just a little weird, because it's not like either of you are making any moves, literally. Neither of you are doing anything romantic whatsoever, which is, like, completely different, and, like...
It's just a weird thing for her to say when she doesn't know... Like, I don't know, because also I just hate that trope of, like, oh, people of the opposite sex can't be, like, too close of friends.
For real.
What, you know what I mean? Like,
which, honestly, I'm usually not a fan of love triangles. They seem so overdone, but the way it's introduced in the show with Hina, developing feelings, or, like, that's probably why I'm also more on Hina's side, is we see her struggle to realize, oh, I have feelings for my best friend who I know has a crush on this other girl. Yeah. And has had a crush and wants to, like, fulfill... Or at least shoot a shot, essentially, right? Where so she wants to be supportive of that, but also can't deny her own feelings. Yeah. So that feels more organic than whatever Chinatsu's doing. Exactly. Don't know. Still don't know. I'm 15 episodes. Maybe it's in the next 3 that I haven't watched. Who knows? Probably way later down the line, because I think it has, like, over 100 chapters in Shonen Jump, so it's not going to be resolved anytime soon. Oh, yeah, that's true. But speaking of the failure, because I know we mentioned that earlier. Yes. Taiki does lose.
I know, and I was like, I don't know, because really, like, if he got to nationals, realistically, I wasn't expecting him to win. Yes. But I kind of wanted him to get there, and that's what I was like,
I wanted him to face, like, Haru in the, like, semifinals and the qualifiers. I wanted to be like, yes.
Because once not to say that I, like, have anything against romance anime specifically, or, like, even the romance aspect of this anime, but it's, like, once it started picking up on, like, the sports stuff later into the 10 episode run that I got through, and like it showed how they were working towards the tournaments. I was like, all right.
No, for real.
Not that I hated the stuff before that, but I was like, okay, I'm like, I like this more.
I think it is because of the sports that I do like the show so much. Because again, I fell in love with Hina, but let's be real, it took 14 episodes. Not that it doesn't take a while to fall in love with a character in any other show, but I feel like it's a lot harder in romance because you know they're just going to perpetually be like, will they, won't they, for a while. Yeah. Like, it's just the gimmick for most, especially romance anime in particular. Like, think of Kaguya-sama Love is War. This is literally the gimmick. Will they, won't they?
Right.
Like, we get it. Not that I've seen that, but I digress. But the sports aspect, like, especially the portrayal of how quickly they lose in badminton. Like, even the doubles.
Yeah.
In doubles, I was so happy that even, like, the other guy, Hyodo, the one who's, like, Olympic level, noticed that, hey, Taiki's actually kind of good for a freshman. Like, he's on his own against all of us, and we're, like, arguably better. And then this is against the other kid in the doubles match, actually.
Yasu.
Yasu? Is it Yusa? Yasu? I don't know.
Oh, Yusa.
Don't know his name. Presumably Yusa. I haven't watched that episode in a while, guys. It's been a minute.
The freshman from, I don't know.
The other high school. The other high school. The one Hyodo's part of. I know Hyodo.
Yeah. Says
something about... To be fair, I've seen episode 12. I'm a Hyodo stan now. For how little I know of his character, I'm like, okay, you're actually really cool. But anyway, not that he was mean or anything, but like, anyway, not the point.
No, I know.
But like, how quickly the match is over, and I feel like, I wanted to see it, but I'm actually like, it makes me feel like it's more normal to have not seen the match that Taiki lost in, because that's how quickly it goes in sports.
Yeah.
Like, it's over in a glimpse. Like, Jig Marching Band, guys, I never remember, like, it was like a fever dream performing every competition. Exactly. I was like, oh, it's over.
We're done.
Oh, right. Couldn't even remember what I did. I just knew I marched. That's it. So it's very realistic, at least for someone who doesn't play competitively anymore. Also, never did I never did a non-team sport, so I can't really relate to badminton. Yeah. But I digress. I feel like the portrayal is very, no offense to, like, Haikyuu or anything, but, like, it's so obviously, like, built upon luck. Anime style at times. Like, they do show that they earn making their way to nationals, but it's also like, okay, that was so pure luck with Shiratorizawa. You can't tell me that wasn't pure luck. And that does happen in the real world. But, like, it's nice to see something more normal.
Yeah. It's nice that they didn't go the route of, like, oh, this freshman, like, did super... I mean, like, I wanted to at least see the match against... Yusa. Yep. I wanted to see, like, the entirety of the match, but I get what you're saying, where, like, the quickness of it really... Like, once it's over, it's like, oh, that was... Like, even me watching it, I was like, oh, wait, is he, like, lost?
I know. I was so baffled. I was like, that was quick.
That was, I didn't realize that was just going to be, because they built it up.
Like, I'm going to get there, and then he loses first round. Yeah. But that's so realistic. Like, you lose in an instant, and I feel like, I don't know, it's just so refreshing, I feel like, to see, like, that the show isn't afraid of showing how many L's this man could take in his life, but that he's so determined to pick back up. It kind of reminds me of, like, Rengoku. In a way. Like, that, like, determination to just keep pushing forward. Yeah. Totally different anime.
Because the other thing I really liked about his loss is that, after the fact, where I'm at now, it doesn't seem like he's harping on it anymore, and he's using it to, like, feel, I want to get better. But, like, for a little bit, he was in the dumps about it, which is fair. Yeah. But, like, the other thing that happened is that he got, like... It showed him being a little bit jealous of Chinatsu getting to go to nationals. Like, she gets home, I think, before... he did or something like that at one point. And like he's like hearing her talk to his mom about nationals, and he's like, oh no, I don't want to.
And I like how
I like that actually. And
I like how it definitely didn't stem from the fact that it's because she went to nationals and he didn't go with her. It's more like, I still can't succeed in my own sport. Like, I'm sure that's part of it. Oh, we could both be at nationals, but like, not like you're gonna be there the same day, I doubt. Like, a completely different sport, you know, and gender too, which always usually different there. So for sports in general, for most, at least in the real world. Don't know about anime, but you know,
it just like made it harder for him to like bounce back as quickly as he normally does. And I'm like, that I kind of like that conflict
for sure. I'm hands down, and it gets a little better too. You get more depth tournament wise. You do get to see nationals a little bit later, which I loved. Episode 13, man. So I just want to touch on it real quick. Karen, I have to say, I'm not gonna spoil. Love Karen. How they've showed her how her romance developed with a certain other character. Literally, like, just the perfect representation of a realistic approach to a difficult relationship for high schoolers who are involved in so many extracurriculars and, like, busy in throughout their lives for different passions. And I'm like, that's such a genuine portrayal that I appreciate the show more, because now we've moved on from, like, cliche, well, hopefully we've moved on from, like, cliches like falling in bed while he's sick, because it was such a good episode and showed so much depth, and I appreciate it. I'm here for Karyu. Mm-hmm. It'll make more sense when you get there.
Yeah.
Still love Karen. Only Karen I'll ever like, probably. Let's be real. But it was just, like, I just really appreciated it because, like in that episode and just in the sports tournament that you've seen, it shows that, like, even, you know, experience, like, obviously still is going to trump hard work because you've had more years of hard work against someone else. Like, how Hyodo still is, like, up in the tops and Haru's, like, still lost in doubles and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, even though Haru was trying his best to help Taiki, it's like, I still can't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even in that match, felt like it's pretty obvious. Mm-hmm. And just showing that even though, like, Taiki tried his best against Yusa, it's like, Yusa's probably worked harder for a longer time. Because I feel like Taiki probably didn't focus as much. Oh, I'm presuming. Mm-hmm. But I'm presuming he didn't work as much in middle school as he probably is now.
I think, that's the impression I got too. I don't know if that's 100% true.
No, same, but that's the impression I got.
Yeah.
For also, because I don't even know if this is fact, but is Yusa even a first year or is he a second year?
I think he's a freshman.
Is he? I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. He feels like the genius type, right? Where he's been, like, given gifts and worked hard at the school and probably set up to be, like, Hyodo's replacement loosely, right?
Yeah.
Following his success kind of vibe. Anyway, don't know. But moving on, because I do want to talk just really quickly. Mm-hmm. You haven't gotten to it. I just want to mention this really quickly. Not a fan of the new opening and ending. Kind of. This is just, after seeing the first two, kind of let down by the second two. I'm going to put that out there for the second half of it. It feels like weaker animation. Like, they just threw it out there. And it's like, and I'm also not a big fan of songs, but that's not the issue. It just feels like too many... How do I put this? It feels like too many just long pans for the opening. Oh. Whereas in the first one, there was action shots. And I was like, what did we go to?
Did we... Like, oh, weird. Okay.
Just a little... But I will say, I do appreciate the ending only because it shows Hina so much.
That's fair.
Love her. Can't stop gushing about her. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's how I feel about Blue Box. I should probably stop ranting about it because I'm just going to keep going on and I don't want to spoil.
No, that's fair.
But yeah.
I feel like that's my main thoughts about Blue Box also.
Yeah, and it scratches that romance itch this season that literally I don't think any other show is going to do well.
Yeah.
That has a lot of episodes to offer and new and good animation and all that. Mm-hmm. But there's another show we said we'd talk about, Honey Lemon Soda. Mm-hmm. Remember how we said we had no idea what this was? Apparently it's a romance.
Yeah.
Watch the first episode. How did you put it? You put it in such a perfect way.
I put it like... my thought on it is basically it's fine, but I don't feel very compelled to continue it.
Literally my same take.
The first episode is like kind of... Because it feels to me like they set up a conflict with... I don't even remember her name to be real.
I don't remember any of their names.
They set up the conflict of the main girl, like, being bullied, and then they resolve it within the first episode. Yeah. So I feel like, okay, well, what else is going to happen after that? Like, I don't really need to know anything else. Like, I presume that, like, the rest of the show will just be, like, her crushing on blonde hair guy.
And get friends, I guess.
Yeah, like, I'm assuming that, like, she'll get closer to the, I don't remember his friends' names either, but the blue hair guy and the girl that like she
I don't remember
the math problem
I don't remember their colors. I remember the two people and that's it. Yeah. And that she gets bullied.
I think she has like the cherry earrings or whatever. But it's like she
more than I remember.
Yeah. The main girl like shows her the math problem in class because she didn't know it.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming they'll be friends and like I don't know. It's like I don't really care.
It feels so generic.
Yeah.
I am also, these are picky, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it's why I'm not continuing. I don't care for the bullying trope. I don't understand how... This is probably just my own perspective. I haven't gotten bullied, so I don't know. Like, this probably just happened, and I'm also not in Japan, so I don't know how it happens there. But I hate the overdone, complete isolation and total bullying collective. Like, I understand mob mentality, but my thing is, like, it's such overdone bullying for what? Because she's ice cold or something? What is it? Stony or something?
Like, I understand that, like, bullying can be for, like, stupid reasons.
For sure.
But that feels a little bit... Like, especially the nickname. I'm like, okay.
Like, what? It's like, I'm so confused. It's just a little weird. I'm like, okay. And then the fact, like, why she went to this school, like, okay, for a crush, really? I mean, like, yeah, you want to get out of your box, but you're going to the same place your old bullies are? It feels a little not helpful. I don't know. It's so clearly, like, she likes this guy because he's nice to her, and which baffles me. I'm like, there's no one else. Like, it just seems so unrealistic that she has no friends whatsoever. Her parents also seem nice and supportive, so I'm like, surely people are nice to you. Like, I get you want more than just family being nice to you, but, like, also, just kind of real quick, the trailer made me completely think the opposite was happening. I thought he was the bully, because in the trailer, you know when she gets sprayed with the lemon, and it's because the bullies, like, the rude people are in front of her, and then she gets... in the trailer, it just looks like he's the only one spraying her. There's no people, and she just gets hit by the soda. And I'm like, what is he, like, a bad guy? Like, it just had, like, the exact opposite expectation. Which
it also doesn't help that he kind of looks like... He's kind of designed like he would be a bully.
Yeah.
A little bit,
like,
if that makes any sense.
And it's not like it's awful or anything. I will say I appreciate how subtle his kindness is. Like, with this gem shirt, I was like, oh, that's classy. Mm-hmm. That was great, but I'm not gonna continue just for that.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like the plot itself is too weak for me to care about just this one character.
Yeah, because the other thing for me is that, like, I get that it's the name of the show, but, like, the lemon soda thing feels so cheesy to me that I'm like, I don't, whatever. Like, when she bought, the lemon soda at the end of the episode and then sprayed it on the bullies, I was like, that's funny, and I was like, good for you, but okay, I'm not gonna say that, actually. I was gonna say, why has it taken her that long to, like, but I get that that's, like, it's hard for people.
It's definitely hard. I'm not gonna...
to stand up to their bullies, so I'm not gonna fault her for that, but it's, like, I don't know. It's
like,
just the specific way that it was done feels, like, too cheesy for me. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Like, this episode did not do the show favors because I don't even mind that they resolved the bullying trope at the beginning, because that's kind of the point. But, like, how everything is introduced, I'm confused on where this is even gonna go. Yeah. And why this is the romance we're like, it just feels a little, like, this is why you're at the schools, to find the boy you thought was nice to you. And I'm like...
I'm confused. I think my main thing is, like, why is romance even a part of it?
Yeah, it feels like it should be, like, her finding her own, like, identity as a person.
Yeah.
And her own self-esteem and self-worth. Like, why is this a romance? I would have continued if it was just about that and not about, oh, cute boy, nice. Like, okay.
I'm like, I don't really...
So, definitely... So, okay, as much as we harped on it, it doesn't seem bad, so it does look like it could go somewhere. I'm just not going to be the one to find out.
Yeah, same.
Personally. But that's our thoughts. Mm-hmm. Definitely check out Blue Box. Totally worth it. Try to stay spoiler-free, but I definitely, like... This show really actually, like, is, like, a must-watch now for me, for me from now on, really since episode 12. Not that it, like, was bad before. Like, I kept watching, but now it's like, okay, I'm gonna keep up with the show every season, right? Kind of vibe. Not just like, oh, it's on, I'll check it out because it's popular kind of vibe. But yeah, any other final thoughts you want to say about it?
Not that I can think of.
That's so real.
Oh, Honey Lemon Soda, I like the opening and ending.
They actually did slap. That
was the only good thing I kind of...
They were so cute.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, next episode, we will be continuing our One Piece mini-series. Totally a tongue twister there. So last time we talked about, in the first One Piece one, why you should watch it. Now we're actually delving deep and getting into the spoilers of, like, basically just gushing, kind of like this episode, why we love it, why it's worth checking out, but, like, very vaguely just because we love it. We just wanted an excuse to gush. We'll talk more in our other One Piece ones too about, like, what else is worthwhile part of it, but, like, if you want to remain spoiler free, just go try it out first.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll continue with it next week. Again, I'm Quincy Lell.
And I'm Audrey Williams.
Thanks for watching.